Welcome back, everybody, to Season 2. This is Episode 2 of the Rebound. Today we're going to be talking about yesterday's game. We had the Sixers versus the Celtics and the Lakers versus Warriors.
You know, speaking of yesterday's game, this reminds me of something that I brought up in our previous video that was actually said on video that he owes me $100. Guess how many points Harden had in the first quarter?
Shut up. I don't know how he knew that. That was dumb. That was not fair. He definitely just watched the game already in the future or something. I don't know. Okay. So, who do you want to talk about first? The Celtics or the Sixers?
Let's do Celtics.
Okay, the Celtics, they got their new head coach, Ime Udoka.
He did well. The coach did well.
Yeah, the coach did really well game planning. He was subbing them in and out, trying to find a match to go against Joel Embiid, especially with the foul trouble that Al Horford had initially, and then Noah Vonleh had. They didn't have any Rob Will, so it was pretty hard for the Celtics.
Well, because the thing is, too, I'm looking at it now. Jaylen Brown and Jason minutes, they were matched. So it's interesting to me. Their minutes were matched and their points were matched.
I like that, too, because they weren't playing the whole time
At the
together.
same time. Yeah.
But he found a way to have them playing the equal amount, getting the equal amount of touches. They only shot like 3 shots different apart.
Because that way they both stayed hot.
Yeah. No matter what, one of them was in the game or two of them were in the game.
And I mean, you got
Celtics
stuff solid. You got like 15-point games. Like you don't need a 10, 15-point game from Al Horford if you're gonna get 14 and if you're gonna get 14 from Marcus Smart, 16 and 15 from your bench. You know, obviously, I think we're gonna see Derek White do a lot better than he did. You know, he only got 2 points.
Yeah.
He's gonna do better. Moving over to the Sixers, we're really impressed with James Harden here. 35, 7 and 8. Really impressive for him. I think if he keeps playing like that,
That's my MVP.
Yeah, I think he could. You know, like obviously these are all overreactions.
Yeah. First day overreactions. That's what we're gonna call it.
So, first day overreactions. I'm gonna say Tobias Harris looking normal. You know, 18 points. That's around where he's gonna be.
Yeah, he was actually shooting the ball and driving it in a lot. He seemed so much more confident.
Good decisions.
He looked like he was part of the offense.
And I think that comes down to the coach too.
Yeah,
I forget what his name was.
Made changes.
Oh, obviously Doc Rivers. That's not the Celtics coach. All right, and then as for Embiid, obviously we saw he did everything he needed to do. Like that loss wasn't his fault. 26, 15, and 5. The 5 assists is honestly what jumps out to me there. Because if you have Harden dropping 7 assists, like, obviously he probably would have had more if Harden's assists went down. But, still,
5 assists
that
is a
5
lot
jumps out for me. Especially on a team with Tyrese Maxey and James Harden. So, then you had PJ Tucker and Tobias Harris who just didn't have any assists. But, whatever.
Yeah, and Charles Barkley was knocking Joel Embiid during the halftime show. When Joel Embiid got double-teamed, he passed out of the post. I don't know why you're knocking him for that. That's something he usually doesn't do. He usually takes his spin fadeaway. But he faked the fade. He passed out to his shooters. Because this team has shooters now. They might not have hit as well as we expected them to. But Daniel House, Niang, Korkmaz, Melton, Maxey, Harden, Tucker, Harris. Those are all shooters. Bless you.
Thank you. So I think, without a doubt, the only thing that went wrong for the Sixers here was their bench. Their bench. I think they should have played Thibault. You know, they should have played Thibault. If they put him on like
that was my
Jaylen Brown,
prediction.
they should have he wasn't really gonna play.
I don't think he's gonna play. He played 24 seconds this game. He played. Doc Rivers saw what he did. He subbed him right out, and it was at the end of the quarter. Like,
what did he do?
He did nothing.
Oh.
That's the thing.
For 24 seconds, like what?
I know, but that's one possession. You saw him on Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, whoever it was. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. He subbed him out, and that he made a point there, Doc Rivers, because it was the end of the quarter. There was like 3 seconds left. Why would you make a sub with 3 seconds left? All they did was throw the ball half court. He was just showing Matisse. I think it's a growing moment. If you're not going to contribute to this team, you don't deserve a spot on this team.
Yeah, but
I really like that.
If they're not really gonna do that, they need to find a better bench option because right now D'Anthony Melton, George Niang, Trez, Daniel House, they're not gonna do it.
Their bench seemed really good during the offseason.
It's just not.
And I don't understand. You extended him. Why are you not playing B-ball Paul Reed?
Exactly. No, he needs to be there. And like again, I would put this as one of the best starting 5s in the league, but that bench is just so bad. It's terrible. So.
Yeah, it's just basically all these players are kind of the same. Niang, Korkmaz, House. Korkmaz, a little bit better playmaker. Niang, a little bit better playing it on the floor. House, a little bit better defender. But all of them, average shooters, average defenders, average finishers. There's not much difference in all of them. Montrezl Harrell and B-Ball Paul bring kind of the same thing. Paul Reed can stretch it a bit more than Montrezl Harrell can.
Yeah, all right, so we're going to shift over now to the second game of the night, the Warriors ring night. We were both wrong on this one. The Lakers ended up taking the L. But, the thing is, you can't look at the final score of this. What you need to look at is the scoring per quarter. That's what jumped out to me. So, in the first quarter, 22-25 Warriors.
Wow.
Second quarter, 34-30 Warriors. Third quarter, this is the only quarter they fell apart. Lakers only scored 19. Warriors stayed consistent and scored 32. In the fourth quarter, they rallied. They didn't do well on defense. That's the one thing that I think the Lakers have to do. They got to get better on defense. But because they let up 32 points, but they scored 38. They scored double as many in the fourth as they did in the third. So I think if they get that defense up, they could have won that because, LeBron had a 31-14 and 8 game. Russell Westbrook led the game for the Lakers in field goal percentage. I think he shot 56% on 18 points, which is really what I think you need from him. He had 4 turnovers and the assists were down from him, but I think that's just because Lonnie Walker and LeBron had 5 and 8. Anthony Davis did really well. He scored. I think he definitely could have pulled down a lot more rebounds, but what are you going to do? I think that he had an off night boards-wise. Scoring, he did great.
Yeah. Also, there was a lot of plays I saw where Russell Westbrook, there was this one free throw I saw. Russell Westbrook was all the way back. Anthony Davis was on the block. Someone missed a free throw. Russell Westbrook came soaring in and just knocked it from Anthony Davis' hand. So some of these would have been Anthony Davis' rebounds, but he lets Westbrook get him. He lets LeBron get him. But still, you want to see more boards from him. But he was a defensive presence. He had 2 steals, 2 blocks. Anthony Davis was really good, really what we expected him to always be for LeBron and for the rest of the team. It's just they shot 25 for 10 for 40.
It was 3 for 21 and a half, right?
Yeah, they were shooting them. They were shooting good open shots, but people like Juan Toscano-Anderson just air balls.
Yeah.
Lonnie Walker bricks.
Lonnie Walker
Austin
only had
Reeves, LeBron James.
5 points. So, and another thing I want to bring up before the Russell Westbrook hate starts, I sent a TikTok to Brendan last night. Showing, I'm sure everybody saw the Russell Westbrook air ball where it just went right over the rim, right? What they don't show you, that possession, he got them 2 more possessions. Nobody was even in the paint. Anthony Davis was already running back. He already gave up. Somebody shoots. It wasn't Russell Westbrook. I don't know who it was. Maybe it was AD. Somebody shoots. The Warriors expect an easy rebound. Russell Westbrook comes flying in, taps the ball out to a perimeter, gets another shot. Brick again. He gets another rebound. He got him 2 more possessions. And then everybody just looks at the end result for that. And I feel bad for him because everybody's just going to look at the low light there.
That was one of the
and they're going to laugh at it.
greatest hustle plays. You see a 6'3" guard going in amongst the trees, amongst the whole Warriors defense, tapping the ball out. He deserved to shoot that shot. A third possession you make for yourself, or a second possession you make for yourself, you might as well shoot it and try to make it because no one else will on this team.
And really, you can't really blame him for missing that. If you saw how fast he was running at 34, 33 years old, he's going to be tired. He had to take that shot. It was a smart shot. But I think they knew that he was tired. I think they saw that he was tired. And they also know that it's Russell Westbrook. He's not the greatest jump shooter of all time. So they let him take that. It was smart by the defense. It's not his fault.
Yeah, and then on the Warriors side, they just kind of they coasted the whole way through. They stayed consistent, like you said. I liked what we saw from the other guys, to be honest. JaMychal Green, his first shot, he hit his first shot. His 3-form is absolutely disgusting. But he's a really good shooter. That's what he's been known as on the Nuggets. That's what he is on the Clippers. That's what he's always been. JaMychal Green can hit those threes. DiVincenzo, good defender, good playmaker. I honestly forgot he was on the team until last night.
Yeah, I thought he was on the Kings.
He's really good. Wiseman was decent in his first night back, as decent as you can be in your first night back.
He also so he had 8 and 7 in that game. He also only played 17 minutes, and I know that's still a lot, but playing against someone, I'm pretty sure he was.
Especially when you're probably the 8th option on the team like that.
So he probably wasn't getting the ball much.
Yeah.
I think that I think by the end of the season he's going to be a starter.
If not a starter, definitely splitting minutes with Looney.
And I was talking about this in school today. He's if you watch his college highlights, he's kind of crazy.
And we know he can shoot
he's
too.
Strong. He's a good shooter. He's just he's an impressive player, and I'm really excited to what he can do tonight. Not tonight, just what he can do this season. So
the one person I was a little disappointed in was Kuminga. Kuminga got the opportunity. Usually he'd get 5 minutes, 3 minutes, end of games. Today he got 13 minutes. He's one of the first guys off the bench, if I remember correctly. He was doing some good moves, but he would never finish. He kind of looked a little scared. I don't know why. He was going against Anthony Davis, and when he wasn't going against Anthony Davis, he's going against Wenyen Gabriel. You shouldn't be scared. You're kind of the future of this Warriors team at that forward position. Moses Moody did better than you. Moses Moody was coming soaring in with the dunks, fresh out of prison. He looked like it. And Moses Moody can also shoot. I don't know. Moses Moody, Jordan Poole, Wiseman were all doing really well. And Kuminga, he might have just had an off night, but I was a little disappointed in him.
Yeah, I think for Jordan Poole, you have to look deeper than just the points. He played 28 minutes, and like Clay had more. He had 8 less minutes, and he was a starter, but he had 6 more points. But you can't look at that. You have to look at the assists there. Jordan Poole, he got everybody involved. He had 7 assists, matching with Curry.
If you look at the rest of his career, he doesn't get that much. Obviously, it was a first game.
He's a Jordan Clarkson type player. Him having 7 assists in his first game of his junior year campaign, that's really impressive. Like the growth of a player.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, still these are overreactions. I'm not gonna say that he's gonna average 7 assists just because he got it in one game. I honestly don't think he's going to, because if he only gets 12 points along with those assists in 28 minutes, I don't think he's gonna do that. Because he's not going to want to average 12 points. That's not what they need from him.
Yeah.
Because as the season progresses, Dante DiVincenzo, Kuminga, Moody, JaMychal, James Wiseman, they're all going to be averaging around 10. Yeah. So it's like you don't need that.
And then Wiggins was solid the whole game. He's kind of that silent killer guarding the LeBron type players, the good players of the league. He had 26 and 4. 4 assists for Wiggins is pretty good. 6 rebounds is great for Wiggins. 20 points. What do you think about him being an all-star again this year? Like over Clay, over Poole? I think he can honestly do it.
I think over Clay, there's no doubt. Over Poole, I don't know, because I don't think he's going to be a candidate for MIP just because of how well he did last year, but he's going to be up there. He's like, I don't know if he's going to end up being the second offensive option.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll have a
just
bench
because he's
player.
Because like, I feel like he's just going to be
in the All-Star game either.
You know, he could be. That's the thing. He could be the 6th man of the year this year.
Yeah.
Unless they end up going with that weird lineup with Andrew Wiggins at the 4,
and Draymond at the 5,
or James Wiseman near the end of the year, and then they end up running the PTSD lineup. So I don't know. I'm curious to see about that. So I could definitely see him being like a reliable bench option that they can use all the time, like Tyler Hero.
All right. And then Curry was
Phenomenal.
MVP form.
Yeah.
Honestly, if he probably won't continue this average, but if he averages around 27, 5, and 5, that's an MVP type caliber season, especially if they keep that 1 to 3 seed. He can be a front runner for MVP, as well as LeBron, who put up 31, 14, and 8.
Yeah.
He was bad the first quarter, but after that he really picked it up. So him and Curry are completely overreactions, but 2 good cases for MVP if their teams are good and they continue on this dominant path.
Yeah, I think that people are going to just look at the stats that LeBron has and then end up looking at the record and saying, oh, he's selfish. But, I mean, you can't look at it like that. And I also think that eventually, I don't know, because I think it's a given that Steph Curry is going to retire with the Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a given.
Well, he said he might play for the Hornets.
That's true, yeah. But, like, I don't know. I still see him doing that. I think in his twilight years of his career, I think Jordan Poole's still going to be there just because of the loyalty of the players on that team. So I feel like he's still going to be there, and then eventually they're going to meld him into the starting point guard. He's going to be the next Steph Curry. Obviously, I'm not saying he's anything like Steph Curry.
Yeah,
he's going to be the next Steph Curry type
Steph Curry.
player. Like he's going to be like that. He's going to be the starting point guard there for years. So eventually, in the next coming years, he's going to have to take that jump where he's going to be the starting point guard at average 25.
Yeah, I think both of the Warriors definitely have a huge, bright future. The Lakers, I don't know, because Kendrick Nunn did pretty well for his first game back, but he might not stay there. He's also 27 for a sophomore, junior year player, which is
so
crazy. Lonnie Walker might not stay there. I wouldn't stay there if I was him. I wouldn't keep him there if I was the Lakers. Austin Reeves, another old young player, but I don't know. That Lakers team, I don't think they're built for young. I don't think they're built for now. They're kind of in that little limbo state where they're going to need to make trades.
Like Matt Ryan getting more minutes than Austin Reeves is crazy.
The fact that Matt Ryan and Austin Reeves and Juan Toscano, why aren't you playing Max Christie, who's a known shooter in college, your rookie, Scottie Pippen Jr., your rookie who can bring a spark. Why aren't you trying out those players in a game where you lose by 20? Try out your young. Like, I don't understand the mentality. Like, the Warriors did it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
he didn't
Matt
really do
Ryan's-
anything in his
yeah.
minutes.
Didn't do anything last year.
3 points.
He's been in the league 2 years. He's only played 2 games. So,
I don't know. I think they should have played Austin Reeves more. We're biased because Austin Reeves
is our guy.
Like we claimed him on draft night. We said that's our guy. Like
yeah,
the
they
way
put
it was
Austin Reeves in the first 3 minutes of the game, and Pat Bev had 2 fouls.
Right? Yeah, I saw that. Like literally 9 minutes in, he was in, and I was like, wait, what?
And then we didn't see him for a long time. They put him in for little bits and pieces. I don't know. The Lakers are in trouble, and off of this prediction, I don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs. If they do, it'll be in the play-in. I think they're in like a 9th.
Again, overreactions, but still.
Overreactions, yeah. And then the Warriors overreaction seed, I see them as like a 2 seed, maybe even the 1 seed.
Which I don't want to because like
I want
just
someone
see change.
I want the
change.
Nuggets to win. Nah, I don't want the Nuggets to win.
I want the Clippers to win.
I want the Nuggets.
So many people in the Clippers deserve a ring.
Yeah.
Like Luke Kennard,
Like
he shot 66% from catch and
Oh
shoot
my
threes.
gosh. All right, I think that's all we have for the overreactions. There's not much you can say on the first day when only 4 teams play, and these are 4 known teams that didn't really change as much. So I think that's gonna do it for us.
Yeah, and with it's 7:40 here on Wednesday, so we got the NBA games going. I think our next episode is probably going to cover a few of those games at least. I'm sure a few of them will jump out on the box score, but as for now, I think that's going to do it for season 2, episode 2 of the Rebound. Peace.
Peace.